we were on our way to a radio interview, and the traffic was so bad that we just wound up getting out of the cars and we decided to walk to the radio station. It was better that we moved on foot because we were running a little late, I believe. So as we were walking down this one street, the chauffeurs forgot to tell us that prostitution, it runs rampant on that block, you know? So we didn't know. So the videographer that Damon uses was getting his camera ready, and I was getting my camera ready, and before you know it, all the prostitutes started to scream, basically to let us know not to photograph them. And so that's what we did. We wasn't gonna shoot them. We were focusing on Damon, you know what I'm saying? So the next thing you know, one of the prostitutes screams out, and before we knew it, like 20 different African and French pimps come running towards us. So the typical thing would be for the artist or the celebrity to run. Instead, Damon kept on walking. Biggs, me, and another gentleman named Claudie B, and the videographer and two girls. We just continued to walk because we didn't know what was going on. We didn't speak French, you know? So the pimp tells the videographer, give me a camera. And the videographer's like, no, you can't touch the camera. So Damon comes and says, hey, what are you doing? So the pimp starts trying to take the camera from the videographer, and next thing you know, they start swinging. Well, the pimp and him square off, and Dame beats the shit out of the dude. And he knocks him out. He drops him to the ground. But the guy gets back up and then goes towards Damon again. Dame flat and drops him out again. When he hit him the second time and dropped him to the ground, that's when he started to back up and whip out this, like a karate stick. You know, one of those little sticks that you pull it out and it gets longer. And Dame had turned his back at that moment because I don't know, maybe he was just thought it was over because he dropped him twice. The guy was coming at Dame, and this same camera right here with a different flash, I saw him going towards Dame, and I swung the camera at him to stop him from going towards Dame's back of his head. So now though, he starts coming after me. So I'm running through Paris with this dude with a stick chasing me, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking get killed in Paris. This nigga's got a big stick and the whole shit. And I ran around a pole, and he missed me with a swing. But next thing I know, there goes Damon again. Whack, 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 fucking the dude up. Like he was on him again. But this time, the dude had the stick, so he's not hitting Damon. Because he was tall, he started to he had a little bit height advantage. But Dame didn't back down or cry or run. He kept on swinging. So when he was cheating with the stick, that's when Biggs and Claudie B came and jumped in. But when they jumped in, that's when all hell broke loose. 5, 6 pimps came with brass knuckles and mace. They're spraying everything. I'm here with the camera oh my God, this can't be happening, you know? And so Dame dropped when they jumped in, and I pulled him up to get him out of there. When I pulled him up to get out of there, the guy with the stick had a vendetta against him because Dame fucked him up twice. So here he comes after Dame again and is now swinging. So again with the camera, I'm swinging. I hit the hand. I don't know if it was the stick hand or the regular hand. I just hit one of his hands with the flash, and then the flash broke completely off the camera. Dame's still swinging at the guy, and I'm like, just run. But this guy didn't want to stop. He was ready to go back for more. So Biggs and them backed up. But now when they seen the guy with the stick again attacking Dame, they came and ran to his aid again. So now you got Biggs and Claudie B jumping the guy again, and more pimps. I mean, there was so many pimps. It was a whole block we walked on the wrong block at the wrong day. Finally, Dame got away, Biggs got away, Claudie B got away, and he was bleeding from his head at this point. But even though he was bleeding from his head, he was still conscious. He wasn't crying. He was actually ready to go back. And I'm like, we can't go back. The whole block is nothing but French pimps, African pimps. You know, it was a pimp. It was a pimp block. And so finally we were scared because the videographer we left behind. But the videographer, lo and behold, was in a fucking store. He put his camera in a bag and told us that he couldn't leave, that the store owners wouldn't let him leave outside. If you see all your boys fighting outside, you don't let nobody stop you from fucking joining in, you know? Not to say that's a cowardice act, but all I can say is that Damon Dash, that motherfucker supports any of his people. Anything he can't see them do, If he can't do it, he won't let them do it. And that's why I gotta get this brother a fucking pound. He took fucking stitches for a videographer, myself, and the whole camp that we were rolling with. 6. And then, this is how fucking loyal this nigga is. Rather than go bitch and call the cops and say, oh, we got attacked. Mention no names, mention nothing that happened, told them that he slipped. That's keeping it real, keeping it true to the game, keeping it true to the streets. That's the only cats that do that shit are people that know about loyalty and people that know about what it is to fucking, I don't know, excel. That's all I can say. I hope I didn't talk too much, but that's the fucking, and I wasn't smoking or drinking, so I know exactly what fucking happened.
We was.